From WDWNT, the worldwide leader in Disney Parks news, this is ParksCenter. Hello there, everybody. Welcome to another edition of ParksCenter. My name is Ben. Let's go ahead and get everybody here introduced. We've got Whitney with us.
Hi, guys.
Rich.
Hello.
Peter.
Sivako.
And Jill.
Hello.
My name's Ben. Let's go ahead and get things rolling with our first topic tonight. A bit of a big story. FastPass Plus. It's now non-transferable. In the app, you used to be able to transfer your FastPass Plus reservations to other people if you weren't going to use them or who you were in the park with changed on the day of. But now, either day of or in advance, you are not able to transfer your FastPasses around between people. Thoughts? People seem to be kind of frustrated and upset about this. I think that's going to be the general consensus here.
I think it should be we should leave with either Jill or Rich. I want to hear these two first.
Why us?
Well, one, I'm just happy to hear the progression of fast passes from you, and two, Jill knows every in and out of the fast pass system.
Well, we have when we've gone with our family and our friends, we have almost never had to transfer fast passes. So this doesn't really affect us that much. However, when my kids, who are all adults now, come on their own, they trade fast passes, from what I hear, left and right. So I would imagine this would kind of have caused them to replan how they attack fast passes and how they get the rides done that they want done. But I haven't heard any crying from them either, so maybe they don't know yet.
So here's my theory on it. I don't personally think this actually has anything to do with any attempt to, say, cut down on abuse of some sort of fast pass system, because frankly, I don't think enough people are doing this to really have it cause anything more than at most a blip in kind of attraction usage and queue flow and all of that. I think they're doing this because they're making more and more of a push towards using My Disney Experience for everything. We just saw today that the ability to use the digital key to unlock your door went live at Wilderness Lodge. It's spreading to the other Magic Kingdom Deluxe resorts next, and it's going to be rolled out across the entire resort. And I also think that with Star Wars Land coming, there's going to be a lot of other stuff that they're going to try to integrate into My Disney Experience to use in Star Wars Land. We've heard about, this reputation system that I think it would only make sense to be integrated into My Disney Experience along with all of the rest of your park experience. So I think they're trying to cut out weird loopholes and things that could potentially cause problems with the app, because they're pushing more and more people towards using the app, and they want that to be as effective and seamless an experience as it can be.
So in other words, Disney IT strikes again. They want to reduce bandwidth or reduce computational usage so that they have a less chance of messing something up on the back end.
Precisely, because we all know that things getting messed up on the back end of My Disney Experience is, kind of something that happens pretty often.
I'm not a computer guy, so when you guys say things like bandwidth and computation, I don't know what you mean. But I know My Disney Experience has its problems. I do think that this is actually we're seeing what the whole world is going through, whether we like it or not. It's creating a digital footprint, and Disney's going to want to know where you are, what you're doing, what's happening. And this is just the beginning. They also talk to people. They're not fools. They know that people set up fast passes, transfer them. They're doing not the most Disney-fied way of doing things, where they want you, upfront and honest, everyone having the best experience that they can possibly have. But they want to know what you're doing. They want to know where you're going, what you're doing, at what time. They know what time you scan into your hotel room, how much time you spent in the parks, your fast pass photos. They know where you are when you are on property 24/7, whether you like it or not. And honestly, the whole world is going that way. I mean, I'm from New York. If you're in Manhattan, you're on camera almost 24/7, whether you like it or not, especially if you're doing something illegal, they're watching you. The whole world is going this way, and Disney is just taking advantage of it. But in a positive way. I mean, we know this. Like they see you. First of all, there's cameras on every ride. They're going everywhere. But now everyone knows there's IT in the pipe where they're looking at your facial expressions for rides. Whether you're happy or sad will determine which track you might go down in the next 5 or 10 years. That is crazy talk. So this is just the beginning of that whole IT expansion. So I mean, I think bandwidth means something with technology. They might have to do more than that because there's going to be a lot of technology coming down the pipe.
Yeah, that's a fair point there. That what you were talking about the facial expressions is an actual Disney patent. But moving on from there, the Pandora utility suit. We just got to see this today. Let me see if I can pull this up for you folks. Uh,
Can you
not
play
today, but
Jose
earlier
and
this
his
week.
Yeah,
I should
banshee
do his
say.
meeting
banshee
call?
call.
Oh
That's-
goodness,
That was
yes.
awesome.
That was the
I
best part of
don't
the
have that
video.
queued up unfortunately, but I highly recommend you folks go check this out on our YouTube channel after the show. Uh, this suit is absolutely amazing. It moves around incredibly fluidly. The show that around it, it's really like the old walk around characters where you could just like walk around and see characters anywhere in the parks.
Well,
Uh,
and that's what's interesting
Awesome.
about this because I feel like they've kind of been moving away from those walk around characters. There was all the drama with Push a couple years ago, and now I think ICANN is gone from Tomorrowland as of last week. So it's a little surprising that they went with another walk around character. Although I feel like this is less of a character and more like Mobile Suit Pandora, but
Is that a
it's just
Gundam reference?
This
it was a Gundam reference, yeah.
This is more of a hype machine than a character because it's literally creating hype.
I think
and
it's
it's a
a
machine.
stall tactic for
It's a
people who don't
hype.
want to wait in the lines. It's a stall tactic to eat up some people's time so that they're not standing.
Right.
And we,
Yeah, to
I
pass
know,
the time, maybe to pass
Yeah.
their time.
we all know this was supposed to be there on opening day, and they were like, "We don't have it ready yet. We'll do it when we can." And they gave the next deadline was like, "Give us a year." And it was like, "Well, our 20th anniversary is April. If you don't have it done by then, you're all fired." And this was the date because this was supposed to come out when the land opened. I mean, does anyone else not see this? I'm a business owner. If like it's a happy mistake, well, let's save it for the 20th anniversary. No, this was supposed to be done a long time ago, and now it's debuting. It's fun, but it's a guy in what I call a power suit. I mean,
Yeah,
But
and
that might be. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
sorry, when we first saw the pictures, I was like, oh, cool. So now they'll have something clunking around Pandora. But after looking at the video that Jose took, that guy is actually an actor. He does actually read the crowd, interact with the crowd, listen to the crowd, respond to the crowd, like
And
the
he
banshee
educates
yell.
them about
Yeah.
Pandora, which is
So
cool.
yeah, so it's a little cool. It's not a little. It's a lot cooler, not from the suitiness of it, but the suit does amplify his actions, which is cool. It's not just a mechanical shell around him. So I was actually more impressed than I thought I was going to be when I finally saw it in action versus the still photos that we started with.
well, wasn't it like the character Cam when the right before the land opened? It was like Cam Cameron or something like that. It was like, I am from Pandora, and we're gonna experience. He was there on opening day, like literally next to Bob Iger, but it was the same character from all the hype commercials of I'm gonna teach you all about Pandora, and he was the hype guy. And that, so it's another actor in a suit. I'm excited. I mean, it's gonna bring more people in. I'll be there. I'm gonna be there on April 22nd, so I'm gonna go take a picture with it. So they got me, but
I will say this makes me excited. If they're doing this in Pandora, what are they going to do in Galaxy's Edge?
Oh yeah.
And that's the other point. I wonder, like we were just saying, is this a test? Did they have an idea when the land was supposed to open and they said, no, let's wait, do this, that, and the other thing. So it's also kind of a precursor or a tryout of what we might want to do when Galaxy's Edge opens. Because this, droids walking around. I mean, this could be very interesting.
Yeah, and speaking of that, let's move on to talk a little bit more about that, specifically the Millennium Falcon ride. We got some footage actually earlier this week, kind of leaked a little bit out of the conference. Let me pull that up real quick. Out of the tech conference where they originally where we got that high res photo of what was going on. The big thing to talk about with this is that this is all being rendered in real time. Like this is what you've got inside of your computer at home if you play video games. This is
Mhm.
just essentially 8 high-end graphics cards glued together in a very sophisticated way that's making all of these physics and everything happen in real time while you're flying around like this.
I don't know how many people would have this. This is a Quadro, first of all, which is a very high-end card. This particular one, I believe, is in the 5 to 6K range. So if you have 8 of those, that's $50,000. I want that in my computer at home, but I don't think I'll have it.
Heck yeah.
But it's an amazing amazing horsepower to throw the graphics around. I also thought it was interesting that the whatever it was, the senior VP of research or whatever from, is it IMX Labs, whoever actually created this, was a speaker at the NVIDIA GPU conference, the tech conference this came from. And the whole topic was basically artificial intelligence, because they use these cards to do heavy duty computation. And I guess it was sort of, oh, and for fun, here, let's show you some other stuff that we're going to do with this card. And up pops, Star Wars or whatever. But it's just artificial
Our graphics card can
intelligence.
do graphics too, we
Yeah,
swear.
right. It's amazing. It's just kind of an interesting juxtaposition of topics.
It's
Yeah,
definitely a jump. Oh, go ahead, Jill. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, from my perspective as Star Wars fan and Disney fan, I don't know how I feel about this, because I feel like it's not an attraction. I feel like it's you're inside a video game. Like, to me, this looks like a flight simulator. And
Yeah.
if they're putting it inside a vehicle that's something like a Star Tours motion simulator, only you have this great big graphic display, that yes, it's awesome that it's rendering in real time. And I know that has incredible implications for things like rewritability and being able to create unique experiences. But it feels like I'm inside a video game, and I don't know how I feel about that in my Disney theme park.
Do you feel the same way about Toy Story Midway Mania?
No, but
Well,
Toy
that's
Story
it.
Midway Mania is
Yeah.
kind of more interactive.
I was going to say the same thing. It's
we don't know.
interactive.
But this will be interactive.
Well, we don't
You're
know.
going to be able to steer the vehicle and
Oh,
make things happen.
I couldn't agree with you more, Jill. For me, Disney, where they set themselves apart from every other company in the world, is immersion. And it's when you feel like you're there. And whether I've seen a movie, not seen a movie, and I love Disney parks, and I've loved Disney parks since before I saw most of the movies, is that I don't have to see the movie, but I feel like I'm there, and it's an experience whether you know it or not. I don't want to feel like I'm in a video game. Like, I mean, to me, it looks amazing, because the last video game I played was, I think Mario 2.
Oh,
I mean, I don't think
does
I've
look
played a video
amazing.
game since Sega Genesis or maybe Nintendo 64. So I'm maybe behind the curve of video games, but I'm just saying the whole thing is I want immersion. So if that's what we're looking at, but I literally feel it and see it, and it's around me, and I want
And
that.
I think it will be.
And I know Bob Iger said it himself, like, we don't want VR, we want immersion. And he said it himself when this whole thing happened. So to me, make
To me,
me
this is
feel,
both, though.
I want to feel what it's like to be cut with a laser. Let's go.
oof. Gosh, I don't think we're gonna have slicing humans open in a Disney park anytime
I don't
soon.
know.
But if it's gonna happen anywhere, it'd be Tokyo now, wouldn't it? But
Yes.
Oh, jeez.
What a
Oh,
segue.
geez.
changing
Wow.
that
What a
was-
lead in.
Wow.
Hey, what a segue.
That was you gotta try. You gotta try. So we've got our own Tom Corliss over in
The
Tokyo.
poo-poo. It's when you shove
And
the sword
we've
into
got
your
actually
chest.
a couple stories that came out of this. The first one being the not the logo. There we go. The small.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Oh my gosh, this
looks so
this
good.
thing it looks
It's
so pretty.
I want this in every Disney It's a Small
Yeah.
World ride. in
Our
every
small
park.
world now in Magic Kingdom seems so dull,
Beat.
so in need of an update. I mean, this is so unfair.
I know,
It's,
right?
it's literally like our ride came from the 64 World's Fair. I mean, step it up.
Yeah.
I love the fact that all of the new Disney characters look like Small World
They're amazing.
characters.
Yes.
So if you
Yes.
had
Really
never
do.
been on Small World and never seen a Disney movie, you would not know the difference. It's so seamless.
Right.
And the
this thematic is
details, like
so-
Rapunzel has Pascal on her braid as it goes
Mhm.
down the tower.
I feel like Mary Blair just came down and blessed this ride. And said,
Right?
Yeah,
Yes,
really.
the spirit of Mary Blair is in there.
Yeah.
You can feel it.
She's like, "You're welcome, world. Here you go."
And even the outside of
Even the
it. I mean,
cube.
in the mural of Mickey
Yeah.
and Minnie on the wall.
Yeah, that's so great.
I'm
And
Because it's
I'm
huge.
so
That
jealous of
mural is
this ride.
enormous.
the colors and everything looks fresh,
So
and the
vivid.
animations are smooth. It really is quite an attraction.
Thank God we didn't have this It's a Small World in our March Madness. It would have been a disaster.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
yeah.
That would have wiped it clean. And look at Merida with her boat and her brothers behind her.
Oh,
I mean,
And the
so
they
good.
bears
just
on the
put
wall.
so
Yeah, the
much
bears,
into
you don't
this.
even know. It's perfect.
The heads
There's
of the
so-
bears move
there's-
up and down.
There's Pascal, see?
No, there's
Right
a
there on her
ton.
hair.
There's a ton of characters. If you haven't seen it, we're all talking about. There's a video on wwnt.com where you can actually ride through the entire ride, and there are a ton of characters. You might even miss them because they're so well. They're built into the
Pegasus.
ride.
It is.
Yeah.
It's
As
like
you
you
go
have to
through
watch
the
this
entire
video
road.
2 or 3 times.
Yeah, you have to watch
Okay.
it 2 or 3 times, and you literally notice a ton of Disney characters. It's a great video, and it's, in my opinion, a very tasteful, beautiful enhancement to the ride.
It really is.
It's what Small World deserves. So I'm really
Yes.
hoping that it comes to Magic Kingdom. We are in desperate need of an update.
Yes.
If we could even get just like a piece, like a part of what that ride has and bring it over.
I think they're
Just
waiting until
something.
we build a wall so there's a drop when you go into Mexico. Too soon.
Oh.
Okay, sorry.
Here's the other thing I want to make sure we talk about Tokyo is all the 35th anniversary activities that are happening over
Goodness.
there that Tom is so lucky to be able to be there for. I want to just totally recommend that anybody out there goes and looks at the videos that Tom has been posting of the new
Yes.
parades,
Well,
the
Whitney,
new projection shows.
you started a hashtag, right? Like Tom in Tokyo. or
Tom in
something?
Tokyo.
Tom in Tokyo.
Yeah.
Yep.
The
Sure did.
I am not a parade person, but the new Dreaming Up parade they have that just debuted
Oh my gosh.
Yes,
yesterday or
it's
the
With
day
really
Peter and
before.
Wendy flying around.
So
It's like a
that
dream.
that float at the top with the horses is the opening float, and it is enormous, and everything on it moves. That whole ship in the front that Pluto and Mickey are standing on moves up and down. Every single float in this parade is like fully articulated.
Mm-hmm.
Ben, please pull up the Alice in Wonderland float because it is seriously my jaw was hanging open and I was drooling when this showed up. I think it's the second float right after
Well,
this.
Ben
Yeah.
finds
Look
it.
how cool that
Remember,
is.
we used to have parades in the Magic Kingdom.
We can't even get a nighttime parade back. Like,
This parade is like
look at
every float in
this.
this parade is as cool as the Maleficent Dragon in Festival
Oh
of
my gosh,
Fantasy.
and the cup sliding up and down while it tilts. Oh, that's
And
so. Oh
yes,
my
and
gosh.
Alice
Back in
it-
my day, we used
Ocean
to
would throw a
have
fit here.
nighttime
Right.
parades. Back in my day,
Yeah.
we would walk 5 miles to Main Street for the nighttime parade.
You would sit for an
think that's my
hour on the
line.
curb.
We would
The other thing-
stay up late and reserve our spot with spilled popcorn everywhere.
The other thing I love about the Tokyo 35th is that it's technically the 35th of Tokyo Disneyland, not Disney Sea, but they're doing all of these events in Disney Sea as well. They have this amazing projection mapping show. Again, Tom posted a video. It's on our site. It's on Twitter of this amazing projection mapping show all within World Bazaar. It's beautiful, themed to all different Disney movies. They have these interactive Mickey statues all around Tokyo Disney Sea that are all these cool steampunk, like gold and bronze Mickeys. They're doing all of this stuff. And I really want to believe that it's a taste of what we're going to get at the Walt Disney World 50th. And especially the aspect of, I really hope they don't just do it in the Magic Kingdom, but they do things for the 50th anniversary in all 4 parks that really pull this whole thing together, because I think that's an excellent piece of what they've been doing in Tokyo.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you there. I hope that this is a good sign of what we get for our 50th as opposed to what Grand Floridian got for its anniversary.
Wah, wah.
Another nice.
You're
segue
just
there.
killing the flow here,
Yeah,
man.
that's right.
Yeah, oh,
Ben,
Not feeling the
Ben,
flow.
a true
Let it go.
professional. A true professional. It's like the Regis Philbin. Anyway, speaking of this, let's
Hey, I
move
gotta get
on.
some
Hey,
points.
keep it
Honestly,
great.
though, we need
No,
him,
no,
or we would just keep
no.
talking.
No, thank God
Right.
for Ben.
Why do you
Ben
guys
is very
think it got
good.
canceled?
Ben is great at keeping a good grand flow of the show. Go ahead, keep going. Oh, reach. That was a reach.
So why
hate
do
it
we
when
think
you have to resort to puns like that.
or
I
or
think,
Oh,
I
gosh.
think people
Repuns!
probably.
Oh
probably-
my God, Rich, that was so good. Sorry, go ahead.
I think the price per person was too high.
but okay,
I
here's
think they
what I
weren't
wanna say
getting
about
the
that.
audience that they wanted to.
All right,
Here's
time out.
what I wanna say about that.
Time out. Can we recap the story for everyone who doesn't know? Like, we all
Yes,
know what
please.
happened.
Yes.
What is the story? And then let's go crazy.
So the Grand Floridian canceled their 30th anniversary gala to be held on June 30th. And no reason was given by Disney as to
Yeah,
why it
people
was
just got phone
canceled.
calls that the event was canceled. But here's what I want to say about the price.
This event went up around, I'm guessing, from what I read,
January.
January.
in January, it was around what, $189 a person, something like that.
$194.75,
$195. So, all right, so I was $10 off. Oh Jesus.
including tax.
Yeah. So $185
How does that
person.
compare to a Disney After Hours ticket?
No,
Oh.
but here's
But-
not comparison price. It was a sit-down dinner, an open bar, and live entertainment. To me, that sounds like a wedding reception.
Yeah.
If you have a wedding reception at the Grand Floridian, I guarantee you it's going to cost you more than $195 a person to have that wedding reception at the Grand Floridian. So I don't think the price was that bad.
I honestly
I
was
just
going
think
to find
people
out.
didn't care.
But how many people were going to go celebrate a 30th anniversary?
Right. There
Why?
were
I don't
no
think the
speakers.
audience is big enough to make any money off of this. The money that
No.
they want to make off of it.
Well, and here's the other thing that I didn't realize until I was looking at this online, that somebody pointed out online. This is the same day as the Toy Story Land grand opening,
Oh.
which Toy
Conspiracy
Story Land
theory.
was probably
wow.
supposed to open in May.
Before.
And when they had to push it back,
That makes
Yeah.
total sense now.
Jill
Yeah.
for the win.
That-
Figured it
baby.
out.
Definitely the correct
No,
answer.
around the
here.
hubs next week. Don't,
Yeah.
no win. No win for
Oh.
that.
I'm on Hub next week.
I am
Oh,
too.
So
we
am I.
got a
I'm
whole show
defending my
up.
It'll be like a
Look,
Parks
yeah.
Center
It's over Hub
reunion.
next week.
Defending my championship next week.
We're gonna
Let's
torture
go.
Patrick.
Oh gosh, I would love to make a transition from Patrick to Strange and Marvelous, but I'll leave that one alone.
You just did. This is
You got
unbelievable.
50% of it, Ben.
God, we all know he's
I'll let
Marvel.
you choose which 50.
So we've got Doctor Strange now with his own meet and greet coming up in DCA. If I can get this to load for me. Now we had this happen a little bit in Hollywood Studios a while back, where essentially we had a meet and greet, like half meet half magic show kind of deal, which honestly was pretty cool.
It was pretty cool, but it was in the back of the back of the back of the park. So
Yeah.
I don't know how many people actually saw it.
They had to hide it from Universal's lawyers.
You have to actively want to seek that out to go watch it back in Hollywood Studios.
I think that's about all we have to say about this, because we've
Yeah,
pretty
that's
much,
hard.
yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Strange how little we have to say.
It's one small
Oh,
step in
gosh.
the Marvel takeover of like half
Yeah.
of DCA.
yeah,
I mean, they get all the cool Marvel meet and greets over there.
that's because they're allowed to.
Yeah, I mean, so that's, there's a little bit of bitterness there, I think.
Yeah, but its IPs are gradually. We've got Cars Land, we've got Galaxy's Edge coming, we've got Pixar Pier. Now we have you can't call it Marvel Land, Superhero Land or whatever. It's every land in DCA is just going to be an IP land.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we should call it Stan Lee's house or
Which,
something like that.
right. Which, for DCA might be a step up. So I don't know that it's a bad thing. I just.
Wow.
Still hold the California theme too, I guess.
You're the mayor of Bittertown. That's exciting.
And then closing off tonight, let's talk a little bit about some menu changes in the feed. We got Woody's Lunchboxes menu now. Like we
Yeah.
can finally find out
Give me that
what
s'more
this
sandwich, man.
classic food is
I
going.
think it all looks delicious.
I would agree.
Oh my gosh, this whole
Yeah.
menu.
And
It seems
Woody's,
like it was well
Woody's
thought out.
Lunchbox is not a dry county.
Wait, really?
I mean,
are you
there's
guys-
adult drinks.
Right.
Yeah.
Are you guys actually excited about it? To me, this looks like what you get. Like, this is how Starbucks writes up their menu for their drive-through. It's like you get rustic bread and ham
getting-
with arugula. These are all
So-
going to be like pre-made, pre-packaged sandwiches. Like
No, they're not. I don't think they are.
I don't want to be the hater. Listen, I'm happy that you guys are happy. I love a happy Disney customer. I'm just saying, to me, if I had the option to eat there or walk 50 yards to somewhere else in Hollywood Studios, this is
It's not
this
like
is how
Hollywood Studios
this
has a
is-
lot of good
this-
counter service.
Yeah,
they
not
don't.
really.
But this is how Starbucks words their food, and you guys are like, I'm psyched. This is
Starbucks
amazing.
food is like
Okay, I'm sorry. I like
chocolate.
Not
Starbucks.
everybody
No.
orders their food. It's food
I'm
marketing.
just saying, when you go on vacation, you don't eat the same things as your drive-through every morning.
I can't get
I
a
don't
s'more
eat at
sandwich at a
Starbucks,
drive-through
yeah.
anywhere around here. Believe me, I
Please
wouldn't.
And
tell
look
me
at
the
that.
drive-thru
Look
you
at
can
okay,
get
so
that
the
at.
alien cup, the alien
You
cup that
have
Woody's
not had the alien cup is cool, but you have not
because
had
it's
that
at Pixar
s'more
Fest. We're getting
sandwich
the
yet.
same exact alien cup as Pixar Fest, and that's
You-
exciting.
You have not had that s'more sandwich. You're looking at a picture-perfect picture with a picture-perfect description. You know what that's going to look like? The same thing your son or daughter makes when they're left alone in the kitchen. Look, I made a s'more
said-
sandwich.
right.
S'more what? Whatever
No,
you left
so
here.
I have
And they
hope
have
for
Coke
this.
floats. I
I have
mean,
hope for this
gosh.
because they just opened Spyglass at Caribbean Beach, which is also a new counter service, and apparently it's fantastic. So
Yes.
if they can get that right, if they can put that much effort to get something right at the back end of Caribbean Beach, they're gonna put effort in to get it right in Toy Story Land.
especially
I-
for like the
Yes,
grand
I'm
opening.
going to
and at
hijack
least,
this a little bit here
Oh.
and head us over into Toy Story Land, or what could be eventually, or what should have been, I should say, the Pizza Planet layover that we've got coming into California.
I don't
uh,
think this will be a
thoughts?
temporary retheming. I think it'll become permanent.
It's so strange to me that it was even supposed to be temporary. It makes, I mean, Pixar Fest sure is a temporary thing, but Pixar Pier is
It's pretty
the
permanent.
permanent conversion, at least
Yeah.
for the foreseeable future. So why they wouldn't leave an IP on a restaurant when it makes so much sense to do so, and the previous version was not an IP doesn't make any sense.
Pizza Planet is the perfect lay-in. Like the fact that
Right.
they're even considering this, it's literally been a part of almost every single Pixar film in some way or another. Like you don't even
Yeah.
know it, but there are Easter eggs in almost every movie of that Pizza
The
Planet
truck,
car,
especially.
or
Yeah.
the logo, or the truck. Like that is Pixar, so that should be there.
Maybe they're going to garner a reaction first before they announce it's permanent, or maybe they won't even
Yeah.
announce it. Maybe it'll just be there always.
It'll just never stop being there.
Yeah.
It's
mean,
Wong
remember-
2.0.
Yeah, something at Disney can be temporary for 26 months, so
Yeah.
so that
Right?
could remain
Yeah.
for a while.
If they don't build it in tents in the Magic Kingdom, maybe it'll stick around permanently.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
on that note, we are going to be closing out the show for tonight. Thank you, folks, for watching with us. Let me see here. We've got, if you're interested in seeing us again, you'll see us same time next week. If you're watching this live, that is. For our Wigs members, you can subscribe to Wigs if you're not already at patreon.com/WDWNT. And you can watch these shows recorded live every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Next week, though, for everybody, Wigs or otherwise, we've got Hub around the Hub starting at 9:30. Along with some of our staff, like we mentioned on that show as well.
Yeah.
We've got Jeopardy coming up next week as well on Tuesday at 10:30 p.m. on April 17th. And if you want to come hang out with us in person, Hollywood Studios Appreciation Day is going to be May 5th. You can get the details for that on our website. Just search for Hollywood Studios Appreciation Day or check in the doobly-doo. I'll put a link down there.
Just check out the
Doobly-doo.
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 If anyone will
Other
be
than that, thank you,
on their
folks, for
20th
joining
anniversary.
us. If you're
Our
watching
host,
this
Ned
on YouTube,
Flanders.
that's going to be the end. If you are watching us live, stick around. We're going to hang out and chat for a little bit with our Wigs post show. Thanks, folks.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Ciao, babies.
Bye.